next case opened in me a new fear, a real fear, a fear of myself, of what I am, and of what I've always been. All that I was is now lost. Hope, purpose, pleasure, all meaningless. I now walk in the shadows between worlds, and it is there I have finally glimpsed upon what lives in the dark corners of the earth.
I like the way you smile at me, baby. I like the way you smile at me, baby. So baby,
Robert, this had better be good. What's the beef?
Sorry, Jack. We had to call. This fellow will only talk to you. Name's Victor Holt.
Don't know any Victor.
He's the leader of this weird cult that moved in here a few months back. Got about 20 followers. They've been causing trouble all over town. Stealing, going through folks' trash, hanging around outside people's homes at all hours. No one ever presses charges, though. They're a screwy bunch. They've got the locals scared. So tonight, we were just passing, doing the normal rounds, when we heard gunshots fired from their property.
Gunshots? Hang on there. No one said anything about gunshots. Who have we got out here?
Yeah, just me, Nichols, and a few new recruits.
Well, that's just great. Lead the way, Robert. I better check out this crazy gang of yours. How you doing, kid?
Good, sir. Is it true what they say about you?
Depends on what they're saying.
That you've cracked cases where there was no evidence.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
Right.
Jack, Officer Nichols will brief you at the top. Be careful.
What's taking him so long? Something must be wrong.
I think I saw him with Officer Armstrong. Just take it easy.
We're wide open here.
It's okay. I've got you covered. I don't like this. Something's not right.
Something's not right. Nothing's right about this.
Evening, Jack. Glad you could join the freak show.
How's it looking, Henry?
I don't like this one bit, Jack. Check the alley on the right. Victor Holt's over there in the shadows. He's waiting for you.
Can we trust him?
Nope, but we've got you covered. You better take it slowly, though. They're a bit twitchy. Try to stay calm. You better hurry, Jack. He's on his way! For Christ's sake, Jack, go!
As I continue to translate the narcotic fragments, I become more and more eager to contact my Yithian masters. These beings truly are gods to us. Their intellect and knowledge surpasses ours in ways impossible to comprehend. I know now just how insignificant mankind is in the universe, a doomed and simple species thrown up as a side effect of an experiment by the elder things. It is a blessing that such flawed creatures as ourselves have such a short and limited future.
Keep shooting!
That symbol's strange. Looks almost like a flaming eye. I should take a closer look.
I'm running low on ammo.
It's locked. It won't budge. I better keep my distance from the window, or I'll end up like this nut job. seemed to recognize me. I don't get it. Empty ammo boxes and spent shells. Nothing useful. An old war. What a nut house. The walls have been covered with glyphs. Poisoning by the looks of it. He's dead. They're all dead. Poison appears to have been on the menu.
Don't shoot. I'm unarmed.
Ah. We've been expecting you, Mr. Walt.
Damn, he recognized me, and it sounded like he was going to get on the level with what's going on in this joint. A key. This should help downstairs. He's dead. Looks like a bad case of lead poisoning. Damn, he recognized me, and it sounded like he was going to get on the level with what's going on in this joint. It's unlocked. The fire's still burning. It must have been lit recently, but it started to die down. I don't understand. I mean, all of these photos. All of them. There must be some kind of mistake. Why would they want me here? It must be an old case. Something I've forgotten. Some screwball with a grudge, maybe. Think. I gotta think. Another key. This should fit the door across the hall. All these photos and clippings are of me. I just don't get it. From the dates on some of these clippings, this crazed mob must have been following me for years. Jesus, I'm a detective and I had no idea. They seem to know so much about me, and I've got nothing on them, aside from their eccentric taste in paintings and their cheerful indulgence in self-mutilation. I know exactly zilch. A Jack Walters collage. A Jack Walters collage. What the hell is going on? It seems they've been tracking my movements. The fire's still burning. It's unlocked. For nutcases, they seem quite literate. These books are really old, and most of them are in strange languages I don't understand. It looks like an eye, but the rest of the painting has no real shape. I don't have time to read. I'm a detective, not a pen pusher. I don't have time to read. I'm a detective, not a pen pusher. This blasphemous image makes me feel uneasy. A depiction of some alien creature. An old grandfather clock. It appears to be a private study area. It appears to be a private study area. The drawer holds an ancient manuscript. The symbols on the front seem to be written in classical Greek. There are definitely some strange sounds coming from this side of the room. Did not sound good. Well, that's just swell. He's dead. The beam must have fallen and crushed his skull. Medical charts on the human anatomy. This sink would be used for scrubbing up. Dead bodies, and plenty of them. Something dreadful has been going on down here. In all my time on the job, I've never seen anything like this before. Seems like these cabinets are used for storing chemicals and medical equipment. Seems like these cabinets are used for storing chemicals and medical equipment. looks like his brain. I wonder what those wires are for. This pipe must drain the waste from his intestines. Looks like his kidneys. They're moving around in all that liquid. Ah! It's too hot to pick up. Good God! What the hell is all this? I've never seen equipment like this before. Looks like some sort of generator for the machinery in this room. Looks like his stomach. The contraption above seems to be controlling his breathing. His beating heart. Oh, shit! I'm not touching it again. At least he's out of his misery. The crystal's still warm. There's no power. I've never seen equipment like this before. It's too hot to touch. I think it's being used as a power source for the machine. Is that? I wonder what it's for. It looks like something's been removed from it. It's been more than 6 years since I entered that strange house in Boston. But to me, it was just 5 months ago. Amnesia, the doctors called it, probably brought on by acute mental stress. I remember investigating the far side of the library. There was screaming. According to the police report, they had searched the house for hours, only to find me later collapsed on the floor. When my eyes opened and I spoke, my colleagues recoiled in fear. There was something unnatural in my voice and blank gaze. They committed me to Arkham Asylum. where I was diagnosed with severe schizophrenia. As it became clear that I presented no danger to either myself or others, I was released from the asylum's care. I have learned little of my activities in the 6 years that followed. The accounts I've been able to piece together show much of my time was spent in travel and study. I maintained a fanatical infatuation with the occult, delving deep into volumes concerning witch cults and dark legends, often in languages unfamiliar to my own. When I reawakened 5 months ago, exactly 6 years after entering that house in Boston, no trace was left of what had been a secondary personality. I was myself again, or at least what I believed myself to be. Return to normal life has been a painful process. In recent days, my dreams have been plagued by cosmic landscapes, and I've become fearful of my own reflection. I am beginning to remember things from that day, more than 6 years past, that I've told no one else.
Jack Walters.
Hello, Mr. Walters. My name's Arthur Anderson. I need your help finding a missing person.
I don't take that kind of job.
Did you get my package?
Hold on. What exactly do you want from me, Mr. Anderson?
It's one of my store managers, you see. Brian's his name. Brian Burnham. Nice lad. He disappeared recently from the First National grocery store in Innsmouth.
Innsmouth? Never heard of it.
It's a small fishing town on the coast, not far from Arkham. I'd like to see you in person before you leave.
Hold on there a minute. I didn't agree to take this what the hell? I'll be here all day anyway. Driver, how far to the stop?
It's almost there. I'll drop you at the town square of Innsmouth.
Why lock the gates?
Keeps out wanderers looking for work. We don't want those folks like that interfering with our affairs.
Is the bus from Arkham always this empty?
Aye, and we prefer it that way. Not many come to Innsmouth.
But what about trade? Surely the port needs business.
Innsmouth has the means to look after her own. it, stranger. End of the line.
Could you direct me to the First National grocery store? I hear they have a shop in town.
I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, well, you see, I'm looking for a young lad called Brian Burnham. I'm a friend of the family. He worked in the store.
Don't know who you're talking about, fella.
The next stop is... Chit-chatting to him's gonna get me no place. The First National is a large chain. You sure you haven't seen it?
I'm sure. Stop bothering me with questions.
The First National is a large chain. You sure you haven't seen it?
I'm sure. Stop bothering me with questions.
I'm looking for Brian Burnham.
Can't help you.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked in the First National.
Can't rightly say as I know him.
This town's deserted. Where is everybody?
If you don't like it, just turn around and leave.
Where is everybody? It's very quiet.
It's getting late, outsider. Folks know what's good for them are safely bolted in their homes by now.
I'm looking for Brian Burnham.
You're in the wrong place, asking the wrong questions, outsider.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked in the First National.
Can't say as I noticed what you're saying straight.
Do you know the Burnham lad?
Outsiders.
He worked...
Just leave me be, stranger.
They ain't wanted.
It won't open. It won't open. It's just a trash can. Nothing. It's an old park bench. Nothing of interest. A dusty assortment of old books. A small wooden clock. Nothing of interest. It won't budge. Evening.
Aye.
The name's Jack Walters. I'm just visiting.
You don't say, sir. Gilman. Charlie Gilman. I run this here hotel of an evening.
You got any rooms?
I'd not rightly know that for sure. All habits cleaning rooms at present. Them's from out of town can leave a horrid mess.
Hello again.
Yeah?
I'm after directions to the First National grocery store.
And I'm busy, so stop your pestering me with questions.
That fellow was just stringing me along with a lot of nothing about nothing.
Stop your snooping. and there's for hotel staff only.
Hello, Gilman.
What do you want now?
Strange thing about that Burnham lad.
Burnham? Kent Riley says I know what you're talking about.
That's odd. He was all over the Arkham Press. Must have been a bit of a local scandal.
Them's matters for the police, stranger. Innsmouth's not a town for rumoring and talking.
He isn't gonna spill with anything you... An old grandfather clock. It won't open. Can't see anything of... It's locked. A dusty assortment of old books. It won't open. This town's deserted. Where is everybody?
Stop pestering me, stranger.
It won't budge. These are the offices of the local newspaper, the Innsmouth Courier. It won't open.
Stop! You can't come down there!
The police clearly don't want me snooping around. I need to be more careful. It won't budge. That way's blocked by a police line. I wonder why they cordoned it off. Excuse me, Constable. Jack Walters.
Robes. Elliot Robes. What you want?
Could you help out a stranger to this fine port?
Are you being funny?
No, not at all. I'm after directions to the First National. I hear they have a store in town.
Innsmouth don't take too kindly to them from out of town. Get lost, stranger.
Talking to that fella's a waste of my... It's locked. It must lead to the back of a variety store. It won't budge. These posters are everywhere. Miracle cures. More like some con trying to make a fast buck. These posters are everywhere. Where is everybody? It's very quiet.
If you don't like it, just turn around and leave.
It won't open. It's the First National grocery store. It's a crime scene. The local law enforcement has blocked the main entrance. It's the First National grocery store. It won't budge. It won't budge. It won't open. It won't budge. The store is closed. I'm looking for Brian Burnham.
I never heard of no Burnham.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked in the First National.
Sorry, stranger. I can't help you.
This town's deserted. Where is everybody?
I can't be seen
I'd
talking
get
to
more
you.
juice out of a stiff. It won't open. It won't open. The delivery truck for the Innsmouth Courier.
I told you already. Stop your snooping around.
Damn. I need to be more careful. It's unlocked. Nothing of interest. The door's bolted. Nope, nothing important here. The window's smashed. I can see what looks like an old darkroom. It's a room used for developing photographs. These shelves look light enough to... Assorted paperwork, but nothing of any real interest. Nope, nothing of it. The till's empty. No real surprise. Nope, nothing of interest. It won't open. The glass has been broken, and there's scratch marks on the wood. Strange. Why would Brian force entry when he had a set of keys? Why would someone break in through the front? This makes no sense. These scratch marks look like they were made by some kind of animal. The glass has been broken, and there's scratch marks on the wood. Strange. It won't budge. It won't open. The drawer is empty. Stock reminders and general notices. Nothing of interest. There's a bottle of bootleg rum and a wooden handle. An empty safe. It's not important. A typewriter. Invoices and receipts. Nothing of interest. I already cleaned it out. looks like I need some sort of lifting handle to get it open.
They're doing snooping around here. Get out! And what have you got there? Trying to take evidence from the scene? Hand them over.
Son of a bitch. There's a bottle of bootleg rum and a wooden handle.
Whoever's down there, you can rot. It looks like a diary. It's gotta have some clues. The ladders and stairs have collapsed. I'll never get back up. The ladders and stairs have collapsed. I'll never get back up. I can
can feel the air through holes in the brickwork here. I can feel the air through holes in the brickwork here. Assorted foodstuffs, nothing useful. The storage area is clutter-free and well organized. The cellar's filled with human remains. These people must have died a long time ago. Various chemicals and apparatus for developing photographs. Old photos of Innsmouth. Most of them have faded beyond recognition. Old photos of Innsmouth. Most of them have faded beyond recognition. Nothing of interest. The old printing press appears to have been sabotaged. I don't suppose the fire helped it much either. Newspapers lay scattered in molding heaps. Newspapers lay scattered in molding heaps. General notices. They're all dated 1846. Nothing of any real interest. General notices. They're all dated 1846. The old printing press appears to have been sabotaged. It won't budge.
Holy shit!
From the stench in here, this noose broad must have kicked it a few months back. Nothing of interest here. Can't see anything of use. Nope, nothing important here. The door's bolted shut. The door's bolted shut.
Hello, Jack.
Do I know you?
Lucas Mackey. Sorry to startle. Innsmouth doesn't get a lot of visitors. New names spread fast. What are you doing in town, Jack? Hear about the missing Burnham boy?
Not bad. I'm a private detective. My client's a friend of the Burnhams.
Seen the latest press from Arkham? Your boy's been quite busy.
What about you, Mackie? You're obviously not a local. What's your business in town?
True enough, Jack. Nothing too exciting, I'm sorry to say. I'm a government factory inspector. They posted me in this rotten hole to check over the old Marsh refinery. Speaking of which, I've got an appointment with the manager, Jacob Marsh.
Okay, maybe I'll catch you later. That's the first friendly face I've seen in this damn town. But I've been in this business long enough to know he's hiding something. It won't budge.
Tell him anything.
It won't open. Where is everybody? It's very quiet.
Stop pestering me, stranger.
I'm looking for a young lad called Brian Burnham. He worked in the First National. I'm a friend of the family.
I ain't heard of no Burnham lad.
Right. How's business?
Can't you see I'm busy? Stop bothering me with your talking.
Sorry.
Aye, I'm plenty sure you are.
That way's blocked by a police line. What happened here, Constable?
Nothing.
Oh, swell. You can let me pass then?
No. You'll have to go another way.
It won't open. I'm not in town to shop.
A bold, brave crew in an ocean blue, and a ship that loves the
It won't
light.
open.
With a good wine piping, with a good wind piping early in the tall and gallant mast. Ah, my boys, these are the joys of the noble and the brave, who love a life in the tempest strife and a home on the mountain wave. When the driving rain of the hurricane puts the lights of the lighthouse out, and the growling thunder sounds his gong, and the whirlwinds battle out. Ha ha! Do you think
It
that's
won't
a
open.
valiant shrink? No,
A seedy-looking
we were
bar
bold
called The
and
Garden.
brave,
Unfortunately,
and we
it's
love
shut.
the fights in the wild midnight. Who's that there? Oh, can you spare a few pennies, young mister? I can give you something for your generosity.
Who are you?
Zadok, that be my name, though too few years it now. Zadok Allen,
Do you know a Brian Burnham?
just a young'un. Worked over the store. He's gone. Killed, I reckon.
Killed? What makes you think that?
Them's from out of town running a store. Taking business from the Order of Dagon. They'd not accept that.
What else can you tell me about this port?
You just bring old Zadok a bottle of something nice, and old Zadok will fill your ears.
It won't budge. If you pardon my asking, have you lived here in this port all your life?
Last 37 years in old lady Warren's house. Before that, over by fishing cannery. Cannery.
Old Lady Warren's house?
Go and fetch me a bottle of something to wet old Zadok's whistle, and I'll tell you all. Why, you're uncommonly kind, young feller. Here'll be a little something in gratitude that might help you in your search. Now you be calling me crazy. Like them that's our rumoring in Ankrum and Ipswich. But old Zadok's seen all manner of wicked things since before you was born. Old Captain Obed, where it all began, telling the desperate folks they'd order get better gods. Them's that'd answer their prayers.
Didn't the Christian folk of Innsmouth object to such blasphemy?
Aye, they did. It were around 46 that many folks in town were done with Obed and his ways. And all that wild preaching and too many missing, you see. A party of good folk followed Captain Obed's crowd out to the reef. Shots were fired. Next day, Obed and 30 of his followers were in jail. And for weeks all were quiet, till that artful night of 46. Them's out outside reckoned out it being a riot. But I'd seen them, swarms of them.
Look, old man, I don't have time to listen to these fishing tales.
Was a massacre. The jail thrown open. Mounds of the dead and the dying. Shooting and screaming and shouting all across the town square. Come morning, the mess was cleaned up. Old Obed and his family takes charge, they did. Folks were told to keep shy as strangers if we were knowing what was good for us.
Zadok, who did all this? Who did all?
Said the old captain was now deeper in debt to his heathen gods. They were hankering for more than just sacrificing. Obed told folks they had to take the oaths of Dagon.
What the hell are these oaths?
You just asked old Wes about oaths of Dagon. Aye, he take the third oath. Just head over to his hole in the Dock Street. Then you'll see, for definite.
He's given me a key to the town poorhouse. It could come in handy. Where did Captain Obed Marsh learn of these heathen matters?
In warring foreign parts, the old fool had learned to ways of making gains, doing heathen things. He found a tribe of Kanakis in the South Seas led by a savage. Chief went by a name of Wallachia. And his tribe never went without food, for they had all the fish they could catch. Old Obed learned from his Wallachia that there's things on this earth as most folks never heard about. Seems these Kanakis was worshipping undersea gods, with heaps of human sacrifices and other heathen things. But they was getting all kinds of favors in return. Plenty of fishing and even gold now and then.
Human sacrifices? Maybe you've had just a bit too much.
I don't blame you for not believing it, young fella. But just answer me this. Why did Captain Obed roll out to the reef of Satan and chant a lot of rites and incantations in the dead of night? So loud you could hear 'em all over the reports. He caught something in the water that eve, out the other side of Devil's Reef. Some kind of thingamajig crafted out of lead. It was given to him by Wallachia.
So, what happened?
Well, not long after that smoke started coming out of the chimneys at the old gold refinery, The Marsh family and those that had joined with Obed in his ways started prospering in the esoteric order of Dagon. Came into being with his Ethan sermon. That shit they do.
What kinds of ceremonies?
Yeah. Get out of here, lad. Don't wait for nothing. They'll know now.
I think he's had his fill for the night. Zadok. Zadok.
Curse you, lad, for staring at me with them eyes. The old Captain Manel, and he's staying there. He can get me. He can't. No, he can't get me. I had nothing done. I ain't done nothing nor told nobody nothing.
Are you okay, old-timer?
What? Yeah, leave me be.
It's no use. He's totally smoked, and it'll take him all night to sleep that off. I don't suppose he'll be awake anytime soon. He reeks of rotting fish and liquor.
Mr. Walters, I must speak with you.
It's Jack. And is there anyone in Innsmouth who doesn't know my name?
My name's Rebecca Lawrence, and unless you want to join Innsmouth's long list of missing, I'd urge you to follow me.
Missing, huh? Like Burnham?
Of that, I'm not sure. You'd be better off asking the Billingham's daughter, Ruth. She was dating Brian.
What? Who's Ruth?
Quickly, you have to follow me. It's not wise to be seen talking to outsiders. Jack, Innsmouth is a strange place. There are things that have no business being here. Foul, reeking things.
Strange? Trust me, I'm good with strange.
That remains to be seen, but I can help you. My father discovered this strange sign while studying an old manuscript. It seems to ward off the more unusual elements in Innsmouth. Whenever you find one, you can use it to find a moment of sanctuary. Now, I must leave before we're seen together.
I've seen that eye-like symbol somewhere before, but never surrounded by a star. It's no use. He's totally smoked, and it'll take him all night to sleep that off. The store is closed. The haberdashery is closed.
Jack, we can't be seen talking together. What is it?
Why do you stay in Innsmouth, Rebecca?
My grandfather, John Lawrence, was editor of the Innsmouth Courier. He was murdered in the slaughter of 46. He had always despised the Marshes and their blasphemous doings, and it was he who led the party out to the reef that night. They arrested Captain Marsh and his order and tossed them in the old jailhouse. A few weeks later, my grandfather was dead. My father saw him die. Him and many others burned alive in the courier's basement.
All the more grounds to leave.
To leave would be to fail my own legacy. I have a duty to protect the good in Innsmouth, at least what little good remains.
She knows plenty, but I need to have a look around myself if I'm gonna crack this case. It won't budge. It won't budge. It won't open. It won't budge. The station appears to be closed. It won't open. That bridge spans the Monuxet River. It leads to the north side of Innsmouth. The gates are shut. That bridge spans the Monuxet River. A storage depot. It's shut. An old truck. It's likely owned by the Marsh refinery. Hello, Mackie.
Jack, swell to see you again. Any leads on the Burnham case?
Nope. Did you know the lad at all?
Just pleasantries. Seemed a nice enough fella, if a little rough around the edges. Strange business, though. I'd never have fingered him as a crook. The First National was a well-run store, a rare thing here in Innsmouth.
Okay, Mackie. Thanks.
Goodbye, Jack. Be careful what you're doing. Very careful. Innsmouth's a dangerous place. Not everyone who visits here ends up leaving by the old bus route.
This Mackie character knows plenty, but I don't think grilling him for scraps of information is going to crack this case. What do you know about the break-in at the variety store?
Only what was in the press. You should speak to Thomas Waite. He owns the joint.
Where's his place?
I think the Waite's house is over on Dock Street, near the back of the poorhouse.
Thanks.
Though I warn you, Innsmouth's driven old Waite's a bit crazy. He doesn't talk a lot of sense.
That's my sort of fella. He sounds just perfect. What's this Jacob Marsh like?
He didn't show up for our appointment. But then again, the Marshes never do.
Seems like we're both having some lousy luck.
I've only met Jacob the once. He's not the prettiest picture, and a real slimy character.
Mackie.
Hello, Jack.
What's the government's interest in the Marsh refinery, anyway?
It's just domestic affairs. You ask a lot of questions, Jack.
I'm a detective. What the hell do you expect?
What you're after comes under official secrets, if you know what I mean. But I can tell you that our government has become increasingly suspicious of Innsmouth and the Marsh family.
I've heard of the Marshes. Rumors of that family are rife, even on the streets of Arkham. None of what's said is pleasant.
That I can believe. The Marshes have been ruling this port for nearly a century, ever since that plague swept these streets in the 40s.
A plague? Is that why the place is so deserted?
Masses died, so that would figure. There's gossip that old Captain Obed Marsh brought the disease onto this port from foreign trade. Deliberately.
Oh my God. Is that why so many of the townsfolk are suffering from that hideous affliction?
Perhaps. Those from out of town call it the Innsmouth look.
Where did you say Waite's house was again?
I think it's over on Dock Street, near the back of the poorhouse.
Where did you say Waite's house was again?
I think it's over on Dock Street, near the back of the poorhouse.
It won't open. It won't open. Rebecca, maybe you know. What happened at the variety store?
Ah, Tom Waite's place. The gossip on the streets is that the store safe holds a great treasure. Since the Order got wind of the rumors, they've been desperate to get their filthy hands on it. But it seems they can't get close.
Odd. Do you suppose Burnham knew about it? Maybe he pocketed it before breezing out of town.
I don't know, Jack. He'd only been in town a few months, and we can't be certain he even managed to leave. Ruth Billingham must be involved in all of this somehow. She was desperate for a way out of Innsmouth.
What do you know about her?
Only that she and Brian were close, much to the Order's disapproval. You should speak to Tom Waits. Find out for certain if the treasure's gone.
Where can I find him?
He lives on 803 Dock Street, just by the back of the old town poorhouse.
Where did you say I could find Waits again?
He lives on 803 Dock Street, by the back of the poorhouse.
I'm looking for Brian Burnham.
Can't rightly say as I know him.
Seems this grandiose structure is the esoteric Order of Dagon. It's the only building in Innsmouth that doesn't look like it's about to collapse. It must serve some significant purpose. Seems this grandiose structure is the It won't budge. Constable Ropes.
What you after now?
You ever meet Brian Burnham?
I couldn't rightly say as I remember.
The burglarizing of the First National is big news in the Arkham press. The Burnham lad must be one of your prime suspects. Any luck tracing his whereabouts?
No. That'd be a matter for the Order.
The Order? Isn't this a matter for the police?
Yup. That too.
Who is the Order?
Them's that look after affairs there in Innsmouth. And you'd mind your business not to be asking too many questions.
Seems like the Burnham lad had some doll along for company on this little caper.
All sorts of nonsense and hearsay be gossip about such affairs.
But there was another robbery at Waite's variety store. That much is true?
That's for certain.
How did they break in?
Just down them there steps. Old Tom Waits had locked up for the night.
Right. Thanks. Do you know where I could find Mr. Waits in the evening?
It's getting late. Folks who know what's good for them are generally bolted in their homes by now.
Where's Waits' house?
Look, stranger. Get lost. Stop your bothering me with questions.
He isn't going to tell me anything useful. He's nothing more than a thug, and I don't feel like pushing my luck. It's a variety store, and it's closed. It's a variety store, and it's closed.
Fog's thick tonight. Damp enough to put out a fella's smokes.
It's unlocked.
Talking to the outsider, you'll get thrown in jail.
I've told him nothing.
It's locked. It's locked. It must lead to the back of the variety store. It won't open. These posters are everywhere.
Ain't seen fog like this since.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked in the First National.
You're in the wrong place, asking the wrong questions, outsider.
What's the grand building across the square?
That's the old Masonic temple. Not that the Masons use it no more.
Why? Who uses it now?
Them said it take grave offense at strangers asking too many questions.
What time are you leaving?
Next ride ain't till late, stranger, if you have a mind to leave.
I should leave him alone. He's in no mood for talking.
If I see you with outsider, I'll report your order.
I'll not say nothing.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked in the First National.
Just leave me be, stranger.
This town's deserted. Where is everybody?
Please stop bothering me, stranger.
I'm looking for Brian Burnham.
I can't be seen talking to you.
It won't open. It won't budge. It won't open. It won't budge. Do you need any help? Disease is rampant in this town. It won't open. It won't budge. It won't open. This town's deserted. Where is everybody?
It's getting late, outsider. Folks that know what's good for them are safely bolted in their homes by now.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked in the First National.
Can't say I noticed what you're saying, stranger.
It's the entrance to the town poorhouse.
Since old Lady Warren's passed away, the food is rotten, but we'll die soon enough.
What are you looking at there, old-timer?
Nothing. I'm just looking. What you doing in old Warren's house, young feller? This hole is for the broke and the dying.
I'm trying to find Dock Street.
It's out back of the house. Everything in Innsmouth is rotten and dying. Windows boarded up, and all sorts of curious barking and crawling around black cellars and attics. How'd you like to be living in a town like this, feller?
I've been to more welcoming places. I don't think he's been outdoors for years. He isn't gonna know anything. That Zadok Allen tells some wild tales.
Aye, Zadok's a troublemaker, I tell you. If he weren't such a drunken old fool, he ought to have sorted him out before now.
Innsmouth must have an intriguing past.
Innsmouth's a historic town, stranger. Plenty of history here.
Do you know anything about the robberies of the 2 stores in town?
No, can't help you there, fella. I can only tell you what I seen from this here window, and that ain't much of nothing.
Do you know anything about the robberies of the 2 stores in town?
No, can't help you there, fella. I can only tell you what I seen from this here window, and that ain't much of nothing.
This almshouse is home to the old and the destitute. Her sleep is restless and erratic. Nothing of interest. The old woman's dead. She must have kicked it a week back, or more. There's no sign of a struggle, or any external injuries. The old woman's dead. It won't budge. It won't budge. The store's been boarded up. It won't budge. It won't budge. I'm looking for Brian Burnham.
You're in the wrong place, asking the wrong questions, outsider.
Where is everybody? It's very quiet.
It's getting late, outsider. Folks says know what's good for them are safely bolted in their homes by now.
Jesus, those people have been ripped apart. That's why they were cordoning off this tunnel. Jesus, those people have been ripped apart. It's blocked. I can't... Hello there, little lady.
Hi, sir.
Are your parents at home?
Daddy's at work and Mommy's upstairs in the attic. She's been bad.
I see. So, what's your name, little lady?
Ramona?
Well, Ramona, could you get your mommy for me?
Nope. Mommy bites. Daddy says we've got to keep her up there for her own good.
Excuse me?
When I go near the door, she growls. I don't love Mummy like I love my daddy.
You don't say. Ramona, I really need to speak to your daddy. Do you know when he'll be home?
Soon, I think. You can wait inside if you like. Daddy won't mind. I'm drawing pictures with my crayons.
That would be great. Thanks. I should check the place over while I've got the chance. Nothing of interest. Nope, nothing of interest. Nothing of interest here. What are you drawing, Ramona?
Pictures of Mummy and Daddy.
What are you drawing, Ramona?
Pictures of Mummy and Daddy.
It won't budge. It won't budge. It won't budge. It's a recent family photo. The corner's been torn off. I can only see Thomas and Ramona Waits in the picture. An old chest of drawers. Nothing of it won't budge. The door's bolted shut. It won't budge. The door's bolted shut. Looks like a diary. Nothing of interest here. Oh, God. No.
They've taken the last thing I loved away from me.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize what was up there. What the hell was that thing?
There's no time to explain. They'll be here soon. Listen to me closely. You've been the talk of the town all day, asking after the Burnham lad. I heard he never made it to Boston, that he was caught by the order of Dagon.
Did he pocket anything from the store's safe?
Thankfully, no. It's sturdy. He'd never have wrenched it open with a crowbar. There's something in there that needs protecting from the order. You've got to get it out of Innsmouth. Take the key to the back of my store. The safe combination's in my diary, upstairs. Hurry, Jack!
What the hell's in the safe anyway?
You've gone too far this time, Wait. We're taking you in for murder. You'll swing for this.
Wait, he didn't do anything wrong.
He killed his own daughter. His own flesh and blood. There's plenty wrong with that. I'm reckoning you do well to mind your own business, stranger. In Innsmouth, we handle things by the old ways.
It won't open. It won't open. Did you hear about Thomas Waits?
I heard when they caught him, he was caked in blood.
Did you hear about Thomas Waits?
Never in his own blood, you old fool.
It won't budge. It won't open. It won't open. It's Ramona's coloring book. It won't budge. It won't budge. It won't budge. It won't budge. An old chest of drawers. It won't budge. It won't open. Can't see anything of use. An old mattress. It won't budge. It won't open. A house plant. An old chest of drawers. Nothing of interest. This must be the home of Thomas Waits, number 803.
Jack. Oh, thank God I found you. Waite's been arrested for the murder of his daughter.
I know. It's my fault, Rebecca.
What are you talking about, Jack? What's your fault?
There was something in the attic. Some kind of animal, and I let it loose. It's all my fault. The police dragged Waits off. He can't take the fall for this. He's done nothing wrong. We gotta do something.
Guilty or not, the Order will see him lynched for it. There's nothing you can do. Oh, you must have taken quite a bang in there, Jack. Your head's bleeding.
Yeah, I think I was out of it for a little while.
I see you've got some bandages. Use them on your head. It'll help you heal. You're not losing too much blood. You won't need a suture.
Thanks, Rebecca. It's unlocked. You don't look like your standard crook, sweetheart.
Jesus, you crazy sap! Who the hell are you?
Jack Walters, private detective. And considering your recent break-in and entering, how about I ask the questions?
Have you any idea who I am?
No, and I really don't care.
My family has influential contacts in the Order, so I'd advise you to mind your manners, sir.
I'm from out of town. The Order doesn't hold much sway with me.
Really? Out of town, you say? How interesting. I'm Ruth Billingham.
Huh. You're Brian's broad. That figures.
Brian? I don't believe I know a Brian.
Yeah, right. I've been fed that line 1,000 times, and from much better liars than you. Look, Ruth, the rumor around town is that your lover boy's in the hands of the Order.
What? No, that's not true. They'll have him killed. It was all my idea. I just wanted a clean break from here.
What do you want me to do?
I don't know. You're the detective. You think of something. I'll be waiting out at the old fishing cannery the next 2 nights, just past the abandoned railway station to Rowley. When you find him, give him this. He'll know it's from me.
Yes, that's it. The safe holds a heavily bound manuscript. The front is embossed with the words, Book of Dagon. It won't open. It's getting late. I'd better start making tracks. I don't much fancy spending the night in this hole. Did you hear about Thomas
The
Waits?
order will see justice done. They'll have them swing for us.
It's the bus from Arkham.
Did you hear? Waits killed his own daughter? His own flesh and blood? Damn shame.
Maybe. Maybe not.
What do you mean, maybe, Charlie? I seen Elliot dragging him off. Caked in blood he was.
Aye. But Birch reckons she were ripped open, Joe. I don't reckon Tom would have the strength for that sort of killing.
I ain't got much time for talking, Charlie. I got instructions from the order to make certain the outsider doesn't leave tonight.
Would that be the strange feller you brought into Innsmouth a couple hours back?
Yeah.
I'm reckoning on him asking for lodging here this evening.
Stop bothering me, stranger.
An old grandfather clock. Do you have board for the night?
We've plenty on the top floor of the house. Nice views over the town, I'm told.
Great. That sounds just swell.
Hey, you all right there, sir? You're starting to look kind of funny there for a while. Face as white as bone and eyes as black as coal. Like you'd seen a ghost or something.
I'm fine, thanks. It's just the sea air around these parts. It makes me queasy.
The Innsmouth's breeze is not for your outsiders.
Charlie, can you come with me? I need to be telling you something. Perfectly.
Excuse me, sir. The Innsmouth law doesn't like to be kept hanging about. I'll be right back with you shortly.
It's the key to the back office. It's unlocked. Nothing of interest. The rug is caked in dried up blood and guts. I wonder what secrets this book holds. The hatchet is encrusted with blood. I'm not touching it. I've seen this before, just now when I was talking to Gilman. There are severed body parts strewn all over the office. There are severed body parts strewn all over the office.
If you just follow me, sir, I'll show you to your lodgings. I heard there was a killing over at the old Waits house tonight. They reckon the old fool killed his own daughter. Caked head to toe in her blood, they says, and had to be dragged away, screaming and crying. I reckon there'll be a lynching for what he done. You're still looking pallid, sir. You're needing to have yourself some rest. Sleep well, and keep down the racket. Us Innsmouth are quiet folk.
I just don't feel safe going to sleep yet. Nothing of interest here. The room's cold enough without opening the window. An old wardrobe. Can't see anything of use. I can't sleep here. It's not my room. An old chest of drawers. Nothing of interest. The room's cold enough without opening the window. It won't open. It won't open. It won't budge. It won't open. It won't budge. It's locked. It's too heavy to... It's late. I don't think it'd be wise to wake the other guests. I can't sleep here. It's not my room. Better. Not exactly safe, but the best I'm gonna get in this infernal town.
the great city of Nakotas. Rest now, Jack. You are safe. What was in the light, Jack? Where do you want to go? We are your history, Jack, and your future.
I don't understand.
You will, in time.
Gilman, where have you put the outsider?
Top of the house, room 401.
Come on, let's have him. Outsider! Take him down! Hold it! Get him!
I don't have time for that now. I don't have time to read it.
This is taking too long. I gotta slow him down first. He's up there! After him!
It won't open.
Don't let him get him.
He's going across the roof!
I see him. Take him down! Come here, outsider! He's disappeared! Spread out! Search the area! Spread out! He's here! Kill him!
It won't budge.
Kill him! Bring him down! Don't let him escape! Where is he? Lost him off the roof. He's gotta be somewhere in there. Spread out. Search the floor. He's hiding somewhere. Stop! Search the area! I lost him! He's over there! Get him!
Get him! What is it? Kill him! What was that? Get him! What is it? He's over here! I see him! He's here! Don't let him get away! Spread out! Search the area! Spread out!
Blast him! Get the front doors open! Search the alleys and streets! In the name of the Order of Dagon! Find the outsider and kill him!
Shit. This order really wants me dead. I'd better watch my step. All the drawers are locked. These shelves look light enough to push.
It's him! Kill him! Search the area! He's here! He's over there! Get him!
He's calling to me. won't open. Christ, they're everywhere. I need to keep my head down. It won't open.
Outsider! Stop!
This looks like a reasonable hiding place. It won't budge.
William! Are you all right? Say something! William! For God's sake!
Your friend is dead.
Jesus Christ, no! You're a fool, Willie! Told you it wasn't safe in there.
Look, fella, I know you're upset, but I really need some help.
Ah, you're the outsider they're hunting tonight. You don't have a hope, stranger. The Order's mob will be everywhere you turn. Down the sewers is the only place that them folks balk at venturing. And for good cause at that, mind you.
I can cope with foul air. It'll be a change from the stink of dead fish.
You're not getting my meaning, stranger. There's rumoring of real horrors in the black dankness beneath these streets. Maybe the folk with the Tain are devils. But at least they're devils of this earth. You ever hear tell of a Shaggoth, stranger?
Just tell me where I can get into the sewers.
All right, you've been warned. Just the other side of this here building is a road leading down to the filtration plant. There's an open sewer pit down there. Good luck, stranger.
There's no point going back that way. I won't be able to force my way through these doors. These doors appear to be bolted securely from the other side. Seems like a dangerous place to park. I won't be able to force my way through these doors.
Shoot him! Shoot them! I'll let him get alive! Don't let him get away!
A sturdy-looking metal bar.
Kill him!
The fan's old and rusted. The sewers mustn't have been maintained for some time. This old drainage pipe must lead down into the main sewers.
Don't let him escape!
If only I could find some way to stop this fan, I'd be able to get out of this jam.
Show them!
Daddy.
Hello?
No, wait! Ah, shit! It's corrosive!
What the hell is all this stuff?
Things trapped by. Why did I come here? She was just a child. What am I becoming? There's something down here.
The tank's full of slimy water. There's no way I'm getting in. It's coated in slime. I'm not touching it. It won't budge. The water looks reasonably clean. I just need to drain it away. Looks like the main sewer pipe. The grating has been heavily damaged.
Think straight. There's something following me.
Where's my daddy? I didn't want to die. It hurt.
What the hell is this place? It's like some sort of mass grave.
Why did I come here? No, I can't think straight.
Things I don't like. Everything is dark here. It hurts. It hurt bad. Why did you let me die?
The grating is loose. It hasn't been tightly fixed in place. The grate doesn't seem to be fastened securely. The grating is loose. It hasn't been tightly fixed in place. The grate doesn't seem to be fastened securely. The grating is loose. It hasn't been tightly fixed in place.
That was too loud to be any kind of animal.
It came from over there. I heard something over there. I heard something.
I can't hear anything else.
Can you see anything? Are you down there, outsider? Can you see anything?
Hold it! Stop here! Spread out! Search the area! Spread out!
This crate is blocking the door. This crate is blocking the door.
It's here!
It won't budge.
Where is he? Search the area.
A decorative vase. Nothing of interest. The radiator's cold. Nothing of interest. It's locked. They seem to mainly concern history and religion.
Jack, you're alive. Thank God.
Just barely. The Order has got half this blasted town on my heels.
I warned you, Jack. I told you the Order wouldn't stand to...
Save it, sweetheart. You found anything more on Brian?
He never made it out of town. The Order has him holed up in the old jailhouse until he's needed.
Needed? Needed for what?
Sacrifice, Jack. To Dagon. They'll take him out to Devil's Reef, and he'll never be seen again.
Dagon? Sacrifice? This is crazy talk. Innsmouth's old fishing tales have muddled your mind. But I don't want another death on my conscience. Where's this jailhouse?
It's out the back of the Merchant's Bank, just past the old water tower. We better keep off the streets. The tainted are roaming everywhere. There's a secret crypt under the church that leads out to someplace safe. We can use that. My father built it when he was minister.
Okay, get your father and let's go.
I can't. I mean, he wouldn't pledge himself to Dagon. He called it blasphemy. The Order found him and...
Jeez. I'm sorry, Rebecca. Did your father ever show you how to get into this crypt?
No, but he gave me this. I think it'll help.
Found us. We have to leave now.
The church is this way.
Come
Follow
me. Letters and books. Nothing unusual. I can't see this meeting with the Order's approval. I don't have the time to look through books.
Quick, Jack!
Don't budge. I can't see this meeting with the Order's approval.
What are you waiting for? We must get to the church!
No way out.
God help us! We'll have to make a run for it. Going the wrong way! Follow me, Jack! We'll be protected inside. Follow me, Jack.
Don't let her run.
No!
She's dead.